When you look at these images, all you see is kids just having fun. What you don't see is that every one of these kids is struggling with a mental health issue.
My dad's a truck driver, never around. My mom, she was an alcoholic, still is. Yeah, I just grew up pretty much confused.
This fun, by a brand new definition, actually is therapy. This is a new program for youth organized under Sound Mental Health in Seattle. And the story behind the program goes back what now seems like a lifetime.
My mother, it's safe to say, was an alcoholic, suffered from some mental illnesses as well. And my father, my birth father, was never in my life. And we grew up on welfare, was never really good at school. And then about 10th grade, my mother was committed into a mental institution. I just became depressed. I'm talking about utterly depressed, to where the point I was thinking about suicide on a daily basis.
Brandon Stogsdill went from a life of depression to a life of rebellion and crime.
With this lifestyle, started to, break into cars, started stealing, started driving around in stolen cars, started to carry a gun to school every day. So now I had a sense of power and control, which I really liked. I'm 17 years old, pulled out my gun, pointed at the car, and said to my brain, nobody's gonna get hurt, nobody's gonna get in trouble, and even if I did, I'm just a kid.
Still a kid, Brandon was sent to prison for 4 years for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
I would have never admitted it when I was a kid, but I was hurt my dad abandoned me. I was hurt my mom was too drunk to spend time with me. It became to seem that prison was just a junkyard for broken childhoods. In prison, on the worst days, I remember I would just close my eyes and I would be on the top of a mountain, the white snow, and I would just carve down the mountain, seeing the snow spray up. My dream was to use those sports to transform kids' reckless behavior into something constructive.
Fast forward several years, Brandon left prison, graduated from college with a degree in counseling, and made his dream into a reality.
All right, you guys can take your shoes off if you like. This is called stand-up paddling. It's an opportunity. It's a cool privilege. When you're out there, I want you to pay attention to what you're doing, okay? Just how you feel, the water, the air, the sounds. This is called, it's a skill. We're gonna work on mindfulness today. You got it?
There you go.
Gosh. Oh gosh, I'm not trying to fall today.
Adolescence is a time for pushing the boundaries and making mistakes, and we allow them to make those mistakes. The goals we emphasize is mindfulness. You have a lot of trauma in the past, maybe some anxiety in the future, but right now, let's just focus on now. Physical activity is known by research to decrease anxiety, decrease depression, increase self-worth, and again, numerous physical health benefits.
It's up to you. Arms there if you want it.
We're dealing with the most challenging youth out there. These kids come from broken homes. They're suffering from depression, anxiety, conduct disorder, ADHD. You teach them a skill such as snowboarding or BMX or skateboarding. And then what you see is you literally see them grow. They address their fears, they start to be more confident.
It was chaotic in my house. My brothers moving in and out, doing all these drugs, my dad constantly leaving. I actually wanted to kill myself. It taught me that to be able to do these things, you have to practice and push yourself and maybe even be courageous and ask someone for help.
I pushed myself a lot harder. I had a lot of anger issues that makes me not see what I need to do, and it makes me lose focus. And so I'm getting help here with that. I am currently really happy. I'm enjoying counseling, enjoying life.
It's hard for a kid to not like you when you're doing something fun, so the relationship organically just forms. Their barriers drop.
I'd rather be, I don't know, snowboarding and then, I don't know, talking to Brandon on the chairlift. That's easier, like, to open up to Brandon on the chairlift than, like, being in the office, like, sitting in a chair, like, looking at a white wall or something.
Instead of one big happy ending, this story really is a lot of new beginnings. The Extreme Sports Program is still a pilot project, looking for a permanent place in mental health counseling.
Using action sports with therapy for adolescents can decrease anxiety, can decrease depression, while increasing self-efficacy and increasing positive social skills.
Watch CityStream Thursday nights at 7 on the Seattle channel, or get video on demand and podcasts anytime at seattlechannel.org.